Success doesn't happen by accident. It's not something you stumble into, and it's definitely not something that magically appears one day when the timing feels right. If you want to completely change your life in 6 months, the first step is clarity. You need to know exactly what you're working toward and why it matters. Most people fail not because they aren't capable, but because they don't have a clear vision. They have vague ideas of what they want: more money, better health, a stronger mindset, but they never define what success actually looks like. Without a clear goal, your energy is scattered, your actions are inconsistent, and you waste time doing things that don't move you forward. Clarity creates power. The moment you decide exactly what you want, everything starts to change. Think about it like setting a destination in a GPS. If you don't put in a specific address, the system can't guide you anywhere. It doesn't matter how fast you're driving or how motivated you feel. If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up lost. Your success works the same way. You need to define the exact result you want to see in 6 months. Be specific. Instead of saying, I want to be healthier, say, I want to lose 20 pounds, build muscle, and feel stronger every day. Instead of saying, I want more money, say, I want to increase my income by $10,000, 0 cents, and pay off my debt. Specific goals give you direction. Now that your goal is set, you need to define why it matters. A goal without a strong reason behind it won't survive the hard days. And there will be hard days. There will be mornings when you don't feel like getting up early, days when you feel stuck, moments when self-doubt creeps in. If you don't have a powerful reason driving you forward, you'll quit. Your why has to be bigger than your excuses. It has to be personal. Maybe you want to get in the best shape of your life because you're tired of feeling weak and exhausted. Maybe you want to build a business because you refuse to live paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you want to improve your mindset because you're done letting fear control you. Whatever it is, make it strong enough to push you through the difficult moments. Most people never reach their goals because they get distracted by too many things at once. They try to do everything, and in the process, they accomplish nothing. Focus is your greatest weapon. If you want massive success in 6 months, you need to eliminate everything that doesn't support your goal. That means cutting out distractions, saying no to things that waste your time, and prioritizing what truly matters. If your goal is to write a book, scrolling through social media for hours is stealing your success. If your goal is to start a business, binge watching TV every night isn't helping you move forward. Time is your most valuable resource, and you need to start treating it like it matters. The key to staying focused is breaking your big goal into smaller, manageable steps. When you look at the full 6-month goal, it can feel overwhelming. That's where most people get stuck. They look at the big picture, panic, and never start. But success isn't built in a single leap. It's built in small, consistent actions. Take your 6-month goal and break it into monthly milestones. What do you need to accomplish in the next 30 days to stay on track? Then break that down even further. What needs to be done each week, each day? Success is a result of small, daily actions adding up over time. When you focus on the next step instead of the entire journey, everything becomes easier. Accountability is another critical piece of the puzzle. It's easy to make excuses when no one is watching. That's why you need to create a system that keeps you on track. Find someone who will hold you accountable, a mentor, a friend, or even an online community. Tell them your goal and check in regularly with your progress. If you don't have someone to hold you accountable, track your own progress in a visible way. Use a journal, a calendar, or an app to log your daily actions. When you see your progress, it fuels your momentum. And when you start slipping, accountability pulls you back on track before you completely fall off. Another powerful way to lock in your goal is to visualize it every single day. The mind responds to what it consistently sees and believes. If you constantly picture yourself succeeding, Your brain starts working toward making it real. Olympic athletes use visualization techniques because it programs their mind for success. You can do the same. Every morning, take a few minutes to imagine yourself already at the finish line. See yourself in the best shape of your life, running a successful business, or achieving whatever goal you set. Feel what it's like to succeed. The more real it becomes in your mind, the more naturally your actions will align with that vision. Your goal is set, your plan is clear, and your focus is locked in. Now, the only thing left to do is start. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for the perfect moment. They tell themselves they'll start when they feel ready, when they have more time, when things settle down. But that perfect moment never comes. The only time to start is now. No matter how small the first step is, take it today. Momentum is built through action, not thought. The moment you start moving, everything else starts to fall into place. The hardest part is taking that first step, but once you do, you prove to yourself that you're serious. And that's when real change begins. Your habits determine your future. It's not the big dramatic moments that shape your success, it's what you do every single day. The problem most people have is that they set big goals, but fail to align their daily actions with those goals. They want to get in shape, but continue eating junk food. They want to build a business, but waste hours scrolling through social media. They want to develop a stronger mindset, but fill their minds with negativity. You cannot expect massive results from inconsistent effort. If you want a 6-month transformation, your habits must change first. The small choices you make every day either move you closer to your goal or keep you stuck exactly where you are. The most successful people in the world are not the smartest, the luckiest, or the most talented. They are simply the most disciplined. They have learned how to replace bad habits with better ones, and they do the right things even when they don't feel like it. Success is not about feeling motivated. It's about making success a habit. If you only work on your goals when you feel inspired, you will fail. Feelings are unreliable. Some days you'll be excited, but other days you'll want to quit. That's why discipline is the key. Discipline means showing up and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. It means sticking to the plan, even when progress feels slow. The first step to building better habits is identifying what's holding you back. Take an honest look at your current routine. Where is your time going? What are you doing every day that is slowing you down? Maybe you tell yourself you don't have time for your goals, but you spend 3 hours a day on your phone. Maybe you say you want to improve your mindset, but you spend all your time around negative people. Maybe you want to get healthier, but your daily habits don't reflect that. Change starts with awareness. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. Once you recognize the habits that are keeping you stuck, you can start replacing them with better ones. The key to building a strong habit is starting small. Most people fail because they try to change everything at once. They go from never working out to forcing themselves into an intense routine, only to burn out a week later. They go from zero discipline to expecting perfection overnight. That approach never works. Real change happens through small, consistent steps. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire life, start with one small habit at a time. If your goal is to exercise, start with 10 minutes a day. If your goal is to read more, start with 5 pages a day. If your goal is to wake up earlier, start by setting your alarm 15 minutes earlier. Small changes create big results when done consistently. Your environment plays a huge role in shaping your habits. If you surround yourself with distractions, temptations, and negativity, it will be nearly impossible to stay consistent. Your environment must support your goals, not sabotage them. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in your house. If you want to be more productive, remove distractions from your workspace. If you want to stay motivated, surround yourself with people who inspire you. Success is not just about willpower. It's about creating an environment that makes success easier. Make it harder to engage in bad habits and easier to stick to good ones. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to stay consistent is that they focus too much on results instead of the process. They want to see immediate progress, and when they don't, they get discouraged and quit. But success doesn't happen overnight. It happens in small, invisible victories, showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that results will come. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. If you stick to the right habits, success is inevitable. The key is patience. Most people quit before they see results, not because their plan wasn't working, but because they didn't give it enough time. Trust the process and keep going. Tracking your habits is a powerful way to stay accountable. When you track something, you become more aware of it, and awareness leads to improvement. Use a habit tracker, a journal, or a calendar to mark off your progress each day. Seeing a streak of consistent action builds momentum and makes it harder to break the chain. It also gives you proof that you are making progress even when it doesn't feel like it. Tracking your habits is not about perfection, it's about consistency. If you miss a day, don't let it turn into 2. The faster you get back on track, the less damage is done. Another powerful strategy for building strong habits is attaching them to something you already do. This is called habit stacking. If you want to start meditating, do it right after brushing your teeth. If you want to read more, do it right after your morning coffee. If you want to practice gratitude, do it before you go to sleep. When you attach a new habit to an existing one, it becomes easier to remember and follow through. The more automatic your habits become, the less effort they require. The goal is to make good habits so ingrained in your routine that they become second nature. One of the hardest parts of building new habits is dealing with setbacks. There will be days when you miss a workout, eat something unhealthy, or fall back into old patterns. The biggest mistake people make is letting one bad day turn into a bad week. Progress is not about being perfect, it's about getting back on track as quickly as possible. Everyone has setbacks, but the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond. The people who reach their goals are not the ones who never mess up. They are the ones who refuse to let a mistake define them, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Your success in 6 months is entirely dependent on the habits you build today. You are either reinforcing the habits that will create the life you want or the habits that will keep you stuck. The choice is yours. Every decision, every action, and every habit is shaping your future. If you want to transform your life, start by transforming your daily routine. Success is not about luck, talent, or motivation. It's about consistently showing up and doing the work. If you commit to building the right habits and staying disciplined, your results in 6 months will be undeniable. Most people fail to achieve their goals not because they aren't capable, but because they allow distractions to steal their time, energy, and focus. Every day, there are countless things pulling at your attention. Social media, notifications, emails, gossip, entertainment, and mindless scrolling. The world is designed to keep you distracted. If you don't take control of your focus, you'll waste months or even years being busy but not productive. The truth is, focus is your superpower. If you can discipline yourself to stay locked in on your goals and eliminate unnecessary distractions, you will accomplish more in 6 months than most people do in years. It all comes down to how well you protect your energy and where you direct it. The first step in protecting your focus is identifying what is stealing your attention. Take an honest look at your daily routine. How much time are you spending on things that don't add value to your life? How often do you pick up your phone just to check one thing, only to lose an hour mindlessly scrolling? How many conversations are you having that are draining rather than inspiring? Success requires an audit of your time. If something is not helping you move forward, it is holding you back. It doesn't matter how small it seems. If it's pulling you away from your goals, it's a distraction. The more aware you become of these distractions, the easier it is to cut them out. One of the biggest distractions people face is the constant need for validation. When you're always worried about what others think, you lose focus on what actually matters. You don't need approval from anyone to chase your goals. You don't need to explain yourself to people who don't understand your vision. The more energy you spend trying to please others, the less you have for yourself. Stop worrying about being liked and start focusing on making progress. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. Your success is not dependent on their opinions. The more you silence outside noise, the clearer your path becomes. Another major distraction is negativity. This includes negative people, negative thoughts, and negative environments. If you surround yourself with people who constantly complain, gossip, or doubt your abilities, you will absorb that energy. Negativity is contagious, it drains your motivation, and keeps you stuck in the same patterns. If you want to elevate your life in 6 months, you need to be intentional about who you allow into your space. Protect your mindset like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Cut ties with anything that is weighing you down, even if it means walking away from certain relationships or environments. Social media is one of the biggest threats to your focus. While it can be a great tool for learning and networking, it is also a massive distraction. The endless scrolling, the comparison trap, and the flood of useless information can consume hours of your day without you realizing it. If you don't set boundaries with social media, it will control you. Limit your screen time. Unfollow accounts that don't add value to your life. Set specific times for checking your phone instead of reacting to every notification. The less time you spend being consumed by other people's lives, the more time you have to build your own. The key to staying focused is creating a structured routine. Most people drift through their day without a plan, which makes it easy to get sidetracked. When you don't have a clear schedule, distractions take over. Start every day with intention. Plan your priorities the night before so you wake up knowing exactly what needs to get done. Block out time for deep work. Eliminate unnecessary meetings and set clear boundaries around your most productive hours. Treat your goals like non-negotiables. If something is not on your priority list, it doesn't deserve your attention. A structured routine keeps you disciplined and makes it easier to stay on track. Your environment plays a huge role in your ability to focus. If your workspace is cluttered, your mind will feel scattered. If your surroundings are noisy, your concentration will suffer. If you're constantly around distractions, you will struggle to stay locked in on your goals. Design your environment for success. Keep your space clean and organized. Work in an area that minimizes interruptions. Surround yourself with things that inspire you rather than things that pull you off track. The more control you have over your environment, the easier it becomes to stay focused on what matters. Mental discipline is just as important as physical discipline. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your results. If you constantly allow your mind to wander, you will struggle to stay committed to your goals. Train your mind to focus. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or visualization techniques to strengthen your ability to stay present. When distractions arise, catch yourself before you fall into them. The more you practice redirecting your focus, the stronger your mental discipline becomes. Your ability to control your thoughts is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Another major focus killer is multitasking. People think that doing multiple things at once makes them more productive, but the truth is it makes them less effective. When you split your attention between tasks, you are not fully engaged in any of them. This leads to mistakes, slower progress, and mental exhaustion. Focus on one thing at a time. When you work, be fully present. When you exercise, give it your all. When you have a conversation, listen with full attention. The more intentional you are with your actions, the higher your quality of work becomes. Single tacking is the secret to mastery. Focus is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about cutting out the noise, simplifying your life, and directing all your energy toward what truly matters. When you learn to protect your focus, everything changes. Your productivity skyrockets, your progress accelerates, and you start seeing results faster than ever. Most people stay stuck because they allow distractions to control them, but the few who master their focus become unstoppable. The choice is simple. Either take control of your attention or let the world control it for you. Success is not about working endlessly without direction. It's about working with purpose and measuring your progress along the way. Most people set goals but never track their progress, which is why they feel stuck and unmotivated. When you don't see how far you've come, it's easy to believe that nothing is changing. The reality is, growth happens in small, consistent steps that are often invisible in the moment. Tracking your progress gives you tangible proof that your efforts are paying off. It turns your journey into something measurable, making it easier to stay motivated and push through challenges. Success is a result of daily actions that compound over time, but if you don't track those actions, you won't see the impact. One of the biggest mistakes people make is relying on motivation alone. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes based on emotions, and emotions are unpredictable. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you will never be consistent enough to see real change. Progress tracking helps eliminate the need for motivation because it creates discipline. When you see yourself making progress, even small progress, you develop momentum. That momentum builds confidence, and confidence fuels action. The more you track your actions, the more committed you become to the process. Tracking forces accountability, and accountability leads to results. The first step in tracking your progress is setting clear benchmarks. You need to define what success looks like for you in 6 months. Vague goals like, I want to be successful or I want to improve, are useless because they have no clear measurement. Instead, make your goals specific and measurable. If your goal is fitness, track your weight, muscle mass, or endurance. If your goal is financial, track your savings, income growth, or debt reduction. If your goal is about personal development, track your habits, mindset shifts, or knowledge gained. The clearer you are about what you're measuring, the easier it is to see real progress. Consistency is key when it comes to tracking progress. It's not enough to check in once a month and hope for results. You need to build a system that keeps you accountable, daily, weekly, and monthly. A habit tracker, journal, or calendar can be powerful tools for this. Every day, mark off the tasks you completed, the habits you followed, and the small wins you achieved. At the end of each week, review what worked and what didn't. Adjust as needed. Progress tracking is not about perfection. It's about staying aware and making continuous improvements. Small adjustments over time lead to massive results. Another important part of tracking progress is celebrating small wins. Too many people only focus on the end goal, and because of that, they constantly feel like they are not doing enough. This mindset leads to burnout and frustration. Success is not just about reaching the finish line, it's about recognizing and appreciating the steps you take along the way. When you hit a milestone, no matter how small, take a moment to acknowledge it. Give yourself credit for the work you've put in. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and reminds you that you are making progress, even if the final goal is still ahead. Progress tracking also helps you identify patterns and obstacles. When you keep a record of your actions, you start to see what's working and what's holding you back. Maybe you notice that your productivity drops on certain days, or that specific distractions keep pulling you off track. Maybe you realize that a particular habit is not bringing the results you expected. These insights are powerful because they allow you to make smarter decisions. Instead of repeating the same mistakes, you can adjust your approach and refine your strategy. The more aware you are of your patterns, the more control you have over your success. One of the biggest benefits of tracking progress is that it eliminates excuses. When you have hard data in front of you, when you see exactly what you did or didn't do, it becomes impossible to lie to yourself. Most people fail because they convince themselves that they're putting in more effort than they actually are. They say they're working hard, but their results don't reflect that. Tracking keeps you honest. It forces you to confront the reality of your actions. If you're not making progress, the numbers don't lie. This level of accountability pushes you to take responsibility and make real changes. Tracking progress also builds confidence. There's nothing more powerful than looking back and seeing how far you've come. When you start your journey, everything feels overwhelming. The goal seems far away and self-doubt creeps in. But when you track your progress and see the small victories adding up, you realize that success is within reach. You start to believe in yourself. Confidence is built through evidence. The more proof you have that you are capable, the stronger your belief becomes. When you believe in yourself, you take bigger risks, push harder, and refuse to quit. Accountability is another critical piece of progress tracking. It's easy to make promises to yourself and break them when no one is watching. But when you track your progress, you create a system that holds you accountable. Sharing your goals with a mentor, coach, or support group can amplify this effect. When someone else is expecting an update, you are far less likely to slack off. You don't want to disappoint yourself or others. Even if you don't have an accountability partner, keeping a visible record of your progress, like a goal board or a habit tracker, can serve the same purpose. The key is to make sure your progress is being monitored in a way that keeps you committed. The final piece of tracking progress is adjusting your strategy when necessary. Just because you set a plan in motion doesn't mean it will work perfectly. Sometimes you need to pivot, change direction, or try a new approach. The benefit of tracking is that it gives you data to work with. If something isn't producing results, you can spot the problem early and make changes. This flexibility is crucial for long-term success. People who fail often do so because they refuse to adapt. They keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. But success requires constant learning, refining, and improving. The more you track, the smarter your decisions become.